Hi everyone, today's video is about relations. Okay, so this is for Algebra 1. A relation is a set of ordered pairs, like x comma y, and then you just keep going, x comma y, x comma y, x comma y. So they can be demonstrated in ordered pairs. They can be demonstrated in a table, a graph, an equation, and mapping. So let's check it out. First question. All right, here we go. Express the relation as a table, a graph, and a mapping. By the way, my name is Ryan. This is Math with RG. My goal for this channel is to provide as much free math as possible. Thank you so much for tuning in. Here we go. All right, express the relation as a table, a graph, and a mapping. Then determine the domain and range. All right, so let's start with the table. So here's our relation right here. Okay, this is the relation. So we have -1 comma 1, right? It's x comma y. So we have 0 comma -2, 3 comma 1, and 4 comma -1. Now first they just want you to express it as a table. All right, it's very simple. We just put the x's where the x's go and the y's where the y's go. So we have -1 and 1. Then we have 0 and -2. We have 3 and 1. And we have 4 and then -1. Okay, so that's a table. All right, next, we want to express it as a graph. So this is your y-axis. This is your x-axis. The very first point is -1 comma 1. So the -1 is the x, the 1 is the y. So -1 is right there. 1 for y is right there. We have -1, so that means to the left 1. And then we have up 1, right, for y. So there's our first point. All right, the next one is 0, -2. So 0 for the x, so we're not moving like this at all. And then we go down to -2. There's our next point. 0, -2. All right, next we have 3, 1. So we go 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3. And then we go up 1 for the y. So there it is, 3, 1. And then next we have 4, -1. So we go 4 to the right for the x. Let me just move that up a little bit. And then we go down 1 for the y. So here's our -1. So there's our point. Okay, now we're going to do the mapping. All right, so this is the mapping. Now what we want to do in this situation is we want to list them least to greatest from top to bottom. So least to greatest, like this. Okay, so on the x side, the least one is -1. And then we have 0. And then we have 3. And then we have 4. So on the x side, you see that was already in order from least to greatest, top to bottom. Okay, on the right side, we still want to go least to greatest, top to bottom. So we got to change the order from what the table has. So the table, we're going to put the -1, oh no, sorry, the -2, because that's the least. And then we have the -1. And then we have 1. Now notice I'm not writing 1 twice, even though the table had 1 twice. But for the mapping, I don't need to write it twice. Okay, so now what we do is we connect them with an arrow. So we know that the -1 goes to the 1. Then we know that the 0 goes to the -2. Then we know that the 3 also goes to the 1. And then we know that the 4 goes to the -1. Okay, so that is mapping. All right, now we have to find the domain, and the range. Now, we kind of already did that, but I just want to be very clear on what that means. So the domain is all possible x values, and the range is all possible y values. So we're going to write it out like this. Domain. We have all possible x values, and we want to write it least to greatest. So we have -1, 0, 3, 4. Okay, and now we're going to do the range. Here we go. All possible y values from least to greatest. -2, -1, 1. So again, notice that I did not repeat anything, okay? When I'm listing the domain and range, I do not repeat. All right, well, that was relations example in a table, a graph, or mapping. Great job on finishing today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, tell your friends and family. And if you want to dive deeper into chapter test work, you can check out my Skool platform, skool.com. The link will be in the bio below. And if you want more information on one-on-one tutoring, you can check out my website, rgtutors.com. Thank you again, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye for now.